We want to welcome in our former FBI agent and attorney, Bobby Chacon. Bobby, give us some context about the security detail that's in place. I read upwards of 25,000 officers are in and around the Metro D.C. area right now, given how many people we're seeing in this Capitol Rotunda, for example.
Yeah, Kris, 25,000 is probably a conservative number. And there's many layers to it. There's state, local, and federal agencies involved. This is really the hold your breath moment. The planning has been done. The lead up has been done. The buildings have been cleared and locked down. The dogs have gone, the bomb sniffing dogs have gone through. It started probably a couple of days ago. And now we have to sit back and basically they're sitting in front of monitors. They're sitting in their control rooms and their, their command posts, and everybody's kind of holding their breath, and they're very vigilant. This is the time we're all hyper vigilant. While everybody else is out celebrating and watching, we can't get caught up in the celebration. Even if you want to, we have to stay hyper vigilant until this whole thing is over, because now is the time that all your planning kind of comes into play. And if someone's going to, come forward and make an attack, now's the time. Look at all these important people, all our leaders in the same room at the same time. And so really right now, behind the scenes is kind of the hold the breath moment. Or you hope all your planning has been in place, everything's gone right, and you just hope that your forces, if something is tried, and we can't ever prevent someone from trying, but if someone tries to do something, we can stop it and we can minimize any kind of damage that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bobby, as we're watching the people entering in, we see Rudy Giuliani also walking now into the Capitol Rotunda. Bobby, we understand this is designated as a National Special Security Event, an NSSE, where they have this maximum coordination with all of the different levels, as you talked about. But there's actually been a number of these events this past 2 weeks with the inauguration coming up. We had the Electoral College vote on January 6th, then we had former President Jimmy Carter's state funeral, as well as the rally just last night. So law enforcement has been working literally overtime for all of this. And today you have not only leaders from our country, but you have world leaders from all around the world. So what kind of extra precautions go into this, and how heightened is the intensity on this? And exactly what are they watching for?
Well, Loni, it's a good point. When something as this is designated, like you said, an NSSE, and I've worked many NSSEs, it brings in a whole host of new assets, including the military, including the FAA with airspace. You have a president taking office now that's the target of a state sponsor of terrorism in Iran. And so you have the military involved. You have military assets probably clearing airspace. You have the FAA involved in really watching. They're probably hypervigilant and watching their air traffic in this area. On the ground, you have National Guard troops. And you may have some military assets around. They won't go into a lot of that because of the sensitive nature of it. But there's no more security than this current event. And you're right, the NSSEs bring in that, and they bring in worldwide security. All heads of state, you said there are other heads of state coming to this. That brings in the State Department, the Diplomatic Security Service, which is the special agents of the State Department, their law enforcement arm. They will be guarding protectees that come from other countries, other countries' leaders and things like that. I mean, this is probably more security at this event than we've ever had before. And like you said, they've had some practice. Last night's rally, I'm sure, was very well guarded because it was more of a softer target, even if they had a hardened perimeter. But everyone's looking at this thing today. And the more we go along and nothing happens, for us security people, the more we go, okay, they're probably going to look at the next one. They're probably going to try to hit the next one. And this is it. Today is the day. They didn't attack any of the lead up events that you mentioned, but now a number of different events today that could be subject, to an adversary coming and attacking it. So it's all our planning is all for these moments that we're watching happen live, all with you right now.
All right, Bobby, stay with us. We are looking at a live picture looking right at the front door of the White House, where we expect the Trumps and the Bidens to actually head to the Capitol Rotunda in the same limousine. So we are waiting for them to leave the tea and coffee reception that they're enjoying right now and head over. Again, that's 12 Eastern is what I read is the only hard time that we know must happen on time is the taking the oath at 12 Eastern time.